agencies and provide a definitive timeline for releasing the remaining $1.6 million of lost money. Our communities cannot wait another day because every day you delay, you jeopardize public safety and the trust of intergovernmental partners like Flossmoor and the taxpayers who serve. Thank you so much.
Our next speaker, Jeanette Sullivan. Jeanette Sullivan and Ruth Bloom. If not, David Alford.
Morning. My name is David Hochberg, live in Northbrook, working professional, host of Home Film in Chicago. And First, I'd like to thank Commissioner Britton for appearing on my show, and thank Commissioner Lowry for breaking bread with me a couple of weeks back. Both spoke highly of you, President, and huge support. First, I'd like to apologize for saying last time I was here, $1 billion. I got caught up with all of the school superintendents, and I was adding all the numbers. It was only 125 that they had to tap that they reserved, so I apologize for overstating that number. Also, I want to apologize for a comment I made on my show on December 3rd that was brought to my attention by a member of your staff. When I welcomed Alderman Brendan Riley on my show, I said, quote, "We are here with Alderman Brendan Riley, who is running to unseat my good friend Tony Freckwinkle, who I can't stand," which was a misstatement, which I apologize. I mentioned once, 2010, in the basement of Hackney's, when delicious onion rings, by the way, you were running for office and you were going all around Cook County. Okay, that Tony Freckwinkle would have called me immediately when I just spoke and demanded and barged into the studio to talk. Here now, what I meant to say was I cannot stand the justice reform policy you, Kim Fox, and Tim Evans promoted, which led to the following: Jussie Smollett subway run at 40 below with the wind chill, 26-year-old Bethany McGee being set on fire by a guy with over 70 prior arrests, and a 14-year-old young man, Armani Floyd, being shot dead in front of the Chicago theater. 41 days into the election, and both you and Assessor Kagi refused to come on my show that had over 60,000 listeners, talk about the issues. I gave the questions to you a month ago, radio silent. Fritz is probably still on his feet on some park making a spot. My remaining time, I'd like to leave this esteemed body with the following suggestions. Everybody's like to come and throw bombs. I'm here to give suggestions. For the residents and the pastors on the south third of the county, instead of burning your tax bills and praying that your tax bills are going to go down, why don't you go meet with your elected officials and ask them, what are they doing to help bring commercial projects to their county area to help reduce residential real estate taxes? Praying about your real estate taxes, burning your real estate taxes aren't going to do anything to lower your real estate taxes.
Yes.
Last, I'd like to thank Commissioner Gaina. A couple of years back, she set up a meeting with me and the land bank. I brought my representative on my show from BMO that was there. The C-suite from BMO heard about it. Showed Thank you for that. So I brought in sandwiches. We talked. I just want to make this point. We had 3 black developers there complaining about they needed help with financing because all the money was going towards home building. I made the suggestion, hey, here's an idea. You've got 3 proven builders. Why don't you cut the utilities, give them a whole block, let them bring in a backhoe, clear the area and rebuild. The lady that ran the land bank said, we don't do that. We have to redevelop the houses that are there. Like, what are we talking about? These are broken down piece of crap houses. Thank you. We need new ideas. Please, think outside the box.
Our next speaker is Ginger. Elliot is Paul. Elliot, are you connected?
Yeah,
Yes, I am.
I can do the same thing with you.
Good morning, County President Freckwinkle and Board of Commissioners. My name is Elliot Esparza. I'm a technical education manager with National Aid Network.
that's been helping Cook County residents their career goals since 1977. On behalf of Cook County residents from the Chicago Cook Technology Academy, we would like to thank President Tony Prewinkle, board commissioners, and staff at the Cook County Department of Veterans Affairs for allowing the National Able Member the opportunity to serve the career needs of so many worthy county residents. The Chicago Cook Technology Academy is a program whose mission is to provide indispensable and highly marketable technology training, certifications, and job placement assistance to Cook County residents in the high-growth field of cloud security, cloud computing, and cloud administration. To date, this program has helped 127 Cook County veterans, many of whom are disabled. Many of whom have no prior experience in IT, gaining industry-recognized certifications from technology giants, Microsoft, and Cisco. This innovative opportunity has allowed candidates of this program to gain sustainable technology employment with local employers such as Wind Creek Casino, Verizon, Escalade, Cisco Meraki, and Georgia Department of Innovation and Technology, just to name a few. I'm here to inform you of the incredible impact the $1.2 million under offer has gained the lives of Cook County veterans who now have upwards of in this technology business. We hope to see the world's greatest data in the pocket. It's important to see several prepare for the job for today and tomorrow. As we know, there's now technology happening, training our clients and cohorts of residents in early March. This is more information on this is programs and found in Cook County, IO.gov. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And speakers today, Mary Casillas.
I know, they go. But
I'm just connected. Steve, you open the mic.
These smokes. You know,
So we have Barry. There we go.
Yeah.
Please
they
proceed.
went against us. You know, everything.
Good morning, they said we also with the action projects, we are able to see the historic we have beings here, in the history of about 16 years. And one of the things that we do is that we are going and working together with the legislature, the community, so they can to move the power to better their lives and the lives of their community. The reason I'm here today is because we demand that Christ is not provided any more resources here. And we want to join all of you in making sure that the rights of the people and the community are connected. Because when I hear my students, that means that we have seen multiple times in the last months, since last year, and it's really a form of concern, and we are not able to control ourselves or trust the government in protecting us before it is really going to go. And so, we are taking the opportunity to recognize the concerns. Be and diversity. I also want to be this piece for the first one is story of the video and habits and convivial they want to meet in their office agents in Washington Park, especially the constant enforcement in hours while the women and the and he was here. Nobody has been correct. while these characters
Fargo.
the identity of the agents remains nameless and also nobody is making them vulnerable for it. His children are also
30 seconds.
and regardless of the next person that was attacked by ICE, he was left in the prison. So,
And then respect for people that have died, for family members. They offer attention.
demandamos justicia por todas las personas que ahora están sufriendo el miedo y la
And we demand justice for all the people that have suffered for 50 years.
tortura emocional.
And emotional torture that they have been subjected.
Thank you to the body for all the support that you provide for these communities. And thank you for allowing us to speak today.
Thank you. Our next speaker, Zoe Lee.
Bro, what's up, $1 Million Tony? I was here yesterday because I was talking about the $243 million in transportation taxes that was stolen in 2018. And I was talking about it, and Commissioner Dignan, District 12, who was chair of the audit committee, you were like shaking your head when I kept saying that they were stealing it. And but you were there. You just became a commissioner. You did too, Scott. And you guys voted on that. That's what you guys voted on. Y'all voted on that. So you knew that the $243 million was stolen. You oversee audits. So I just don't understand why y'all should have y'all seats coming up in 2026. Especially you, because what you said yesterday about Brandon Johnson and Cook County with the policies with the violence. And then yesterday, broad daylight, not too far from y'all homeboy Father Flager's church where always gets shot up around there. It was a broad daylight shootout. They killed a lady. It was a baby in the back. Thank God the baby's not dead. Like broad day, like everybody saw. Like everybody worked. And I made sure to get your little clips when you praised Brandon Johnson for the crime being decreased. No, it's not. You guys know this. J.D. Pritzker knows this. Kwame Raoul knows this. Cook County Board President Tony Breckwinkle balanced budget, but don't have no money for nobody, including Flossmoor. The Flossmoor mayor had to come here. Like, it's getting bad. It's kind of embarrassing, too. So 10 years, another, we know she's not getting another term. But Brendan Riley, what you gonna do? I watch you over there. I'll be watching you over there, too. I watch Brendan Riley over there, how he votes. And I'm looking at y'all commercials that y'all are spending tax-paying dollars on when you both are going against Trump. You got to add out with him with Trump, but you took money from Trump too. Y'all both took money from Trump because Trump was a Democrat. So as long as you're a Democrat, you good. But if you're not a Democrat, now he's considered a traitor because he saw all the weird stuff that y'all was doing, from the entertainment world to the political world, to the development world, because y'all are a bunch of frauds
30 seconds.
and going to continue to be frauds. And he saw the lights. And y'all are mad because he exposed it. Because all of y'all are in another world, a delusional world, and y'all are going to prison.
Danielle Carvey is our next speaker, followed by Sandy Norm.
First, let me say the First Amendment, we have a constitutional right, because the word on the street is you all are trying to get Chicago Fifth Ward locked up, because we are talking about you all being criminals and corruption. You can look away, Tony, because we've been trying to figure out how you was able to get that $1 million house, $1 million, Tony. And then we see that $243 million that's supposed to go to bridges, potholes, infrastructure. Somehow that just magically disappeared or it was allocated to somewhere else. But don't nobody know where it went because it's your word. It's what you say, the courts and the police officers. But it's no oversight to this corruption. It's no transparency. So we can imagine where that went. And then the judge said it was against the law. So why aren't you in jail? The Fed should be right now, while you just right there looking down, Spurgeon should be right there come to pick you up. Because what if we, the residents, just said, hey, you know what, them high property taxes that you all implemented on us for your lifestyle, what if we say that we're just gonna take that money that goes to the property taxes and we're gonna pay that high electric bill that Prisker 45% that he just went up on the residents? What if we say that? Are you gonna take our homes are still gonna get taken? We can't just say we're gonna take the first funds and go somewhere else. Can we? No, we can't. So how can you do it? So I want to tell everybody right now, vote red down the ballot.
Down with that.
So when you go to vote, pull a Republican ballot. These crooks have got to go. You must just think it's just, you all are so comfortable in stealing our money, lining your pockets for your campaign, spending millions of our dollars for y'all campaign. Because that's where the money going. So listen, everybody, vote red down the ballot.
Sandy Norman is our last speaker.
Good morning, everyone. I honor you, all the commissioners that are here, Commissioner First Rachel, all of the respective organizations that are here on today. I'm here today. I know that if you live in Chicago, that everybody has seen the news. Kiara Jenkins, Shaquanice Kimbrough, Gabby. These are young women that have been gunned down and killed in Chicago. I want to say to everybody in this room, we cannot continue to ignore the problem that's going on in the Black community. And I know that we have this issue, with ICE, but I'm upset, and I'll be honest, because we have all these protesters that come into the city. We have the mayor on TV protesting out on one of the coldest days in Chicago. But we have a young woman that's on her way to church, and she's shot down in an alley. I don't hear any protests. I haven't seen any pastors. Now, we have all these different pastors in Chicago. They have all the political connections. They come out when they want to. You never see these pastors that all the funding goes to for their projects on the street. I don't know how we can ignore the fact that this is going on in the city of Chicago. It don't matter if you Black, white, Chinese, Hispanic, Asian. When people are dying, color shouldn't really matter. It should be an issue of concern to everybody. Where are all the protesters? Where are all the protesters when the killings are going on in the Black neighborhoods? And then everybody say, well, you should get involved with ICE. But where are the people when our communities are hurting? We need more programs. My organization, we're boots on the ground, we're grassroots. So I'm not just up here talking, I'm out on the streets. I'm on the streets with those young men that have those clips. And they're not beyond redemption. Let me tell you all that. Our communities are hurting. They need help. We have so much trauma. When you have young men that at the age of 13 and 14 years old, that they are seeing their friends shot.
30 seconds.
Some of these young men don't have a choice but to get into gangs because of the neighborhoods. We need businesses. We need economical development. I have young men that I personally, that I sow into their lives and I get them off the street corners. And they're not out shooting. You know why? Because I show them love and because I care. But I don't get funding. I don't get help. And as I continue to say this, it's the same organizations, the same people that you never see out on any street corner.
Ma'am, your time is expired.
I respectfully yield the mic.
We have one other volunteering speaker, president and board, Jeanette Suleiman. Jeanette, we called you earlier. Please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Jeanette Sluman. I'm a constituent of Cook County District 6, and I'm here to express concerns about political transparency and outside influence in our elections. Specifically regarding Donna Miller, who is currently running for Congress here in Illinois as a Democrat. Her recent campaign finance reports show that in her last reporting period in Q4 of 2025, her campaign received over $30,000 from donors who also fund Trump. Even more alarming, she's received over $875,000 in donors connected to APAC. That's almost $1 million to one of the most powerful unregistered foreign lobby organizations that prioritize the interests of Israel, of the Israeli government. Lobbying money, as we know, can influence policy both on military aid, surveillance, free speech, decisions that affect all Americans. So how can a candidate claim to represent working people in Illinois while relying on massive donations from interests that profit from endless military spending? Maybe that's where the money is going, you were wondering.
The money is going to these fake protests.
From interests that do not represent the community value. At a time when working Americans are told there's no money for healthcare, education, food. In Illinois, we have a melting pot of Black and brown communities that already disproportionately are impacted by underfunded schools, crumbling infrastructure and environmental harm, over policing and economic inequality. These communities are constantly told to accept less while billions of public dollars are spent elsewhere.
Stage protests.
Every dollar sent overseas without conditions is a dollar not spent here.
1 minute.
Not on lowering healthcare costs, not on affordable housing, not on fixing roads, schools, raising wages or protecting workers. I'm really here to call on the American people.
No.
Who do you want to be your elected official? And who do you want them to be accountable to? Who is funding the candidate you vote for? What policy do these donors expect in return? Because there are candidates who do not accept APAC money.
Yeah, but they said so.
Illinois deserves representation that answers to its working people, not wealthy political networks of donors or powerful lobbying groups.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Would you please add Commissioner Gainer and Commissioner Terry? Thank you. Commissioner Lowry.
Thank you, Madam President. On page 2, I make the following motion on an item in the Commissioners category. I move to approve item 26-0646.
Talking about this.
Transfer of funds to the
Talk about it.
5th District to supplement funding for professional services.
Commissioner Britt, seconds. And one, clerk, please add Commissioner Stan. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Aguilar.
Aye.
Commissioner Aguilar. Aye. Commissioner Anaya. Commissioner Anaya. Aye. Commissioner Britton. Aye. Commissioner Britton. Aye. Commissioner Daly.
Daily, aye.
Commissioner Daly. Aye. Commissioner Deckard.
Aye.
Commissioner Deckard. Aye. Commissioner Gainer.
There's aye.
Commissioner Gainer. Aye. Commissioner Lowry.
Aye.
Commissioner Lowry. Aye. Commissioner McCaskill.
McCaskill, aye.
Commissioner McCaskill. Aye. Commissioner Miller. Commissioner Moore. Commissioner Moore. Commissioner Marita.
Rita, aye.
Commissioner Marita. Aye. Commissioner Kevin Morrison, excused absence. Commissioner John Morrison, excused absence. Commissioner Scott.
Aye.
Commissioner Scott. Aye. Commissioner Stance.
Aye.
Commissioner Stance. Aye. Commissioner Trevor. Commissioner Trevor. Aye. Commissioner Vasquez.
Aye.
Commissioner Vasquez. Aye. Madam President, you have 13
14 yeas and 4 absent.
Thank you. Opinion of the committee, I said. Chair Daly.
Thank you, Madam President. On pages through. Finance for County Health Systems, receiving fast identity 270-689 quarterly report on the long-term revenue. Period passing on. 260686 and Bureau of Finance Corporate Finance Revenue Response Report from 3/1/2019/2026. 260699 fiscal year and capital improvements and capital funding and projects from December 1, 2024 to 2020. 260718 controls report and bills and claims from 12/23. Approved following items. 260490 proposed contract amendment for the ODP business solutions to increase the staff job for 1 million period ending 9/30/2026. 260651 Cook County Health. Increasing appropriation in fiscal year. The amount of 156,500 programs for program number 54707. Total amount of 302,000. 26073. Cook County Public Health.
Second. All right, discussion of any of these items. Madam Secretary, do you have any more? All right. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. Commissioner Naya.
Madam President, I'd like to move on pages 8 to 23, the following motions for items under the Bureau of Administration. Approval of 26-0420, the proposed contract, with Sutton Ford, for Ford Broncos for the contract value of 380,256. Item 26-0557, this is a proposed contract with Kanika Nolta Business USA located in Chicago, Illinois, for leasing high-speed digital copier contract. Item 26-0624, post contract with various vendors for environmental services. This is a 2-year contract. I'm sorry, this is a contract from March 1st, 2026 to February 28th, 2031, with a 2-year one-year renewals. Refer to transportation the following items. 26-0329, this item is a receive and vouch of the safety accident plan report. Item 26-0336, this item is a request to accept a new grant totaling $500,000 to complete design engineering for the Burnham multimodal connector bridge. Item 26-0337, this item is a request to accept a new grant totaling $5 million in IDA local project funding. 26-0338, this is another grant of acceptance totaling $800,000 to protect preliminary and environmental baseline study to instead be and implement the central Displays River Trail. Item 26-0454, this item is also a grant acceptance. It provides $6,441,650 in supplemental protection mitigation and air quality improvements. Item 26-0493, this item seeks referral on an improvement resolution to
appropriate $300,000 in funding for an extension in the displays river trail in the villages of Brookfield, LaGrange Park, Lyons, Riverside Township, and the Forest Preserves of the county.
Sorry.
Item 26-0501. This is to refer to committee the request from the chief procurement officer to enter and execute contract
Yes.
with HR Greens Inc. of Aurora, Illinois.
Hello?
Item 26-0502. This item also to refer to committee. A request also from the chief procurement officer to enter and execute a contract with Jimmy Warren and Associates Inc. from Chicago, Illinois. Item 26-0503.
It's for a later time.
As a request.
You have a later
procurement
time.
officer to enter and execute a contract with Fairfield City Park.
I can come over to
Steve Burlington Heights. Item 26-0505. Also request by the chief procurement officer to send to committee to enter and execute a contract with Chief Infrastructure Inc. Illinois. Item 26-0521. This item refers to committee and improvement resolution to appropriate $1,900,000 in funding for the Berry Point Road Bridge over Displays River project in the village of Riverside in Cook County. Finally, finally, the item 26-0522 refers to committee and improvement resolution to appropriate $1,500,000 in funding for the Lake Cook Road Deck Replacement Project in the villages of Deerfield, Fairfield, and Alpine. And receive and file 26-0556. This item is to receive and file the construction status report for the month of December.
Business items.
one more time.
Motion's made and seconded. During discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, signify by the ayes have it. Commissioner Gaines. I'm sorry. Would the clerk please add Commissioner Morrison to the roll call
Thank you, and if I could be added in the affirmative on previous items.
and add him as an affirmative on the previous item. Yes. Commissioner Gainer.
Thank you very much. I'd like to input the following motions on the items in the Bureau of Asset Management, Economic Development, Human Resources, and Technology.
Yes, so much.
First, to refer to asset management, item number 26-0626, which is a contract for the authorization of the chief procurement officer to enter into an execute a contract with Amoresco Financial Press. Refer to asset management 26-0677, contract amendment for the authorization of the chief procurement officer to increase the contract to train US. For the Department of the Bureau of Economic Development and the Department of Planning and Development, refer to business and economic development following three items 26-0712, property tax incentive request for civil code class. Item number 26-0714, a safety property tax incentive request for C14 properties. Item number 26-0715, which is a safety property tax incentive request for SMGISF. LLC. For the Bureau of Human Resources, I'd like to refer to workforce housing and community development. Item number 26-0579, which is a report from Human Resources hiring timeline for the fourth quarter of 2025. Receive and file item number 26-0582, which is a report for the Human Resources Advisory and Every reports for the pay periods of November 16th to the 29th and the 30th to December. For technology and information, from Chief Technology Officer, I'd like to refer to technology and information the following items. 26-0034, which is a contract authorizing the Chief Procurement Officer to enter into a contract with various law firms. Item number 26-0602, which is a contract authorizing the Procurement Officer to enter into a contract with Microsoft. Item number 26-0614, which is a proposed contract amendment authorizing the Chief Procurement Officer to renew and increase a contract with IBM. Item number 26-0644, which is a report for the Chief Information Security Officer for fiscal year 2025. And item number 26-0645, which is a report for the information technology projects
that occurred during September 2025 through March 2026.
Written seconds.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. Commissioner Britton, I believe you're next.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. Pages 38 through 42, effect, make the following motions in the items of the office of the chief judge, county clerk, independent inspector general, and sheriff. Categories. The office of the chief judge to approve item 260483, authorization for the chief procurement officer to increase the contract with ready-made staffing for in-person foreign language judicial operating services. 260580, authorization for the chief procurement officer to renew, increase the contract with Lifestyle Foods for drying canned goods with the JTDC. In the office of the county clerk to approve as amended 260670, payment to Computer Products and Supplies International office supplies. In the office of the independent inspector general, preferred litigation 264691, the independent inspector general quarterly report 2025. In the office of the sheriff to approve item 261221, authorization for the chief procurement officer to enter into a contract with ABC Automotive Electronics Removal Installations Aftermarket Equipment in leased.
Second. Grant, Commissioner Lyman. Ready-made packing. Ready.